Kosher MGTOW. Another reflection video. This time, a rabbi is interviewing a Jewish woman. We can assume that. I can't really assume much of anything from this. I assume they're in Israel based off of the picture of Jerusalem, I believe. So, just the scene in the background. Let's watch general reaction to it right now. Kosher MGTOW.
Hi, Florence. Welcome to Israel. I heard you have some complaints about Judaism or the way we observe Torah and the woman's position in this.
Yes, I find that at least in my own community where I was brought up, there are many restrictions placed on women that I find um, can affect your sense of self, your sense of worth, and your sense of strength and identity as a woman.
Okay, heart shaped glasses, but she feels restricted. She's tied up, and okay, so what exactly are her expectations? Never shared.
Okay. In a secular world, what you're saying might be true, but in the spiritual world, in the religious world, what you're saying is not true. Now, what you call these restrictions is like this fence here. That's there for a very good reason. Even though we're not there now, it could protect us and save our life.
Right.
So there's a lot of truth behind what this rabbi is saying, or I can only assume he's a rabbi. He might not even be a rabbi, but based off of the Pegasus along the hairline, I would imagine that he is very, very religious. So tradition is among one of the most important things in Judaism. So for her to say that there are restrictions, that the loyalties, the traditions don't work for her, this man has made perfectly clear that her thoughts are secular in nature, which is absolutely positively the case.
Now, men and women in the Torah are not equal. Men and women come from the same man, Adam. And now they come back together when they get married, and they don't become equal partners. They become one body, one person. So our job is not to see that we're equal. Our job is to see that you fulfill your potential the best we possibly can.
Yes.
Very, very, very little eye contact from this woman. So there's your respect level right there.
Now, you are a woman and you're a Jewish woman. We want you to fulfill that role.
Right.
So in order to fulfill that role, we have to protect you. We have to.
Yeah, the hands on the hips, the way that she's standing, and the absolute lack of eye contact. We got a real winner here, fans.
Treat you in a special way. There's nothing more precious in the world to a Jewish man than his wife.
Right.
Now, women have some advantages over men. Women are more spiritual than men because their role is more spiritual in some ways than a man's role.
I don't know about that. I mean, this guy's a little off the wall with these comments. For a Jewish man, the most important thing is his wife. I don't know about that. I take that scope and expand it to the whole family, not just the wife.
We have some advantages over women. We're stronger, so we do more in the outside world, where the woman is not physically so strong. So she is sheltered in the home. In my community, the woman is a treasure. A man treasures his wife as much as he does his own life. Now, as wonderful as the Jewish people are in the world, for all the good that we do in the world, what makes a person a Jew? His mother.
That's true.
It's up to you to bring Jewish people into the world. This is why Jewish women are so spiritual. And when you give birth to a baby, he becomes a Jew because of you.
Yeah, but let fact be told, even in Judaism, if you fornicate with men that are not Jewish and you still pop out kids as a Jewish woman, your kids are still considered Jewish, which just boggles my mind that even if the seed isn't kosher, all of a sudden the kid's gonna pop out kosher anyways. Just a random thought.
Immediately after the Holocaust, the rabbi saw that a lot of Jewish children were put into institutions and they were told that they were Christians to save their life. So these rabbis wanted to go and try to rescue them. So they went to the orphanages and they said, we want to check and see if there's any Jewish children here we can bring home. They said, okay, you can do it. So they go in, they couldn't find any, couldn't find any. He said, look, it's enough already. Okay, give us just 5 minutes so we can find these children if we can. But give us the 5 minutes when you put them to sleep at night.
Okay.
They came back that night when all the children were all in one big room in bunk beds, and they went going to sleep, and the rabbi said, Shema Yisrael. And that baby started crying. They said, that's a Jewish baby.
Wow.
And that baby started crying. Now, and that baby, these are Jewish babies. Now, where did they learn the Shema from? Their mother. Now, this is what you came into the world to do, to make a Jewish people. I can't do that. Only you can.
Okay.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. A woman has to teach you that prayer? No. Kosher MGTOW.